Hello, it's my first video and I'll try to show how to make very lazy cabbage rolls. I don't start cooking if preparation takes more than 15 minutes, so it's supposed to be very lazy. I used already cooked rice. You can use raw. This is Italian breadcrumbs, 2 eggs. Ratio is 1 egg for 1.5 pound of meat, 1 bag of pre-cut coleslaw mix, 3 small onions or 2 medium onions, again 1 medium onion for 1.5 pound of meat, 3 cloves of garlic for 1 pound of meat, and this is my minced turkey. I will need 2-3 tablespoons of sour cream, and 1 whole can of tomato sauce and salt and pepper. I used 1 tablespoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of pepper, but then again you will try it as is, and then you will add or use less, whatever you want. I will use my Vitamix to mixed onion, garlic and eggs. This is how it looks in my Vitamix: 2 eggs, 3 small onions and 6 cloves of garlic, and I add my salt and pepper. I like to add it in the mixer, that I'm not supposed to be worried if I mixed it well afterwards, and I will blend it, and it looks like that after we blend it. After I pour whatever is there in the mixed of meat and cabbage, I won't wash the blender because I will use whatever is left on the sides for my sauce. This is how it looks when I add cabbage to meat. Then I pour on top of everything else my mixture of onion and garlic. I'm not particularly clean the jar because I will use, yeah, it looks like this. I will use it later. And now this is rice. About 2 cups of pre-cooked rice and 1 cup of Italian breadcrumbs, and this is how big of the bowl I have almost done. Now I'm thinking for that amount of raw materials I will need 2 cans of tomato sauce. It's coming next. When everything is mixed, it's supposed to look like that. I know that some pieces of cabbage sticking out, but at the end you won't see them, because when we form the shape and put it in the breadcrumbs, covered in breadcrumbs, surprisingly all cabbage will be covered. I'll show how to do that. That would be the shape of my lazy egg rolls, and usually I do it in gloves, but filming I didn't master it yet. This one, how you put it in the crumbs, shape it a little and try to keep your camera steady, and then you add shape when it's on the plate. Whatever shape you like. I prefer this one. I make everything this shape: meatballs, cookies, and cabbage rolls. I use regular canola oil. I heat my fry pan, I don't know, maybe medium high. Add some canola oil, maybe 3-4 tablespoons. Okay, This is how I check if my oil is hot enough, and it's hot. Now I put my cabbage rolls. My goal is not to cook it on the fry pan, just to make them to keep shape and have a little color on both sides. And then I will transfer them to the foil pan and put it in the oven. This is quite a big assembly because I will make a lot of cabbage rolls. For my taste, that's enough color. I will be waiting until the other side gets the same color and transport it to the foil tin mold. I put the first batch in the foil, and this is exactly the second part of the job. But I think at this moment I have to add some oil because the sound is not really right. Yeah, this is better. And I'm checking if color is good. Yep, color is good. I have to flip it. Yeah, this is how they those are how they look after I flipped them. And to answer the question that they're so big, it's a main course. It's meat and vegetables, like head and shoulders, 2 in 1. I'm not gonna make anything for main course. That will be it. I will serve it with sour cream and maybe a little bit of parsley on top. Then again, I'm not a big decorative type. Whatever people around me ask on their food, I will sprinkle that. Okay, frying is done. Now I turn on my oven. I do 390 Fahrenheit, and I do cook time. It will be 2 hours. And start checking if I didn't forget anything in the oven. And I always add liquid, and the ratio of the liquid I add, usually it's the depth until the middle of the meatball. And what I do, I don't use plain water. I pour water in tomato sauce can, and I use whatever is left of that in there. And because I used 2 cans, yeah, the second one actually gave me trouble. It didn't open the whole way. Yeah, see, that's the thing. The whole tomato thing is tomato sauce, 2 cans and 4 tablespoons of sour cream went into my Vitamix, and you can see those what remains after onion and garlic mixing there. And just a little bit. I don't want it to explode. Yeah. Like this. And I think we're good. And what I do, I just pour it over. That's why I used 2 cans, because I love when it's tomato sauce with sour cream. They make it so yummy, and a little bit of on sour side. Next, I will cover it with the foil and put it in the oven for 2 hours, and that's done. If you use raw rice, uncooked rice, you put as much rice as you want, and it will add up 1 hour to your cooking. I use the biggest foil size. For the big tray you can use 2 pieces of foil, it doesn't really matter. Today the liquid extended my expectation. It's a little bit too much, but it won't affect the result. And this is the end of the cycle, and I'm opening. See, this is how it looks. It's extremely hot. And ta-da! This is the end result, and it tastes as good as it looks. You can serve it with sour cream and parsley. Bon appetit!